Tutorial of using Tinkercad. Once you are logged in, you will be on your dashboard. I've had this account for quite some time, so I have several files here. You are going to look for Create New Design. This blue area that you see down here is the work plane, and that's what you're building on. Up here in the top left-hand corner, this glorious loaf is the name. If I click on it, I can change that. If I want to change the way I'm viewing this, I have a few options. One is I can use this cube here and change how I'm looking at what I'm building. If I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at, I can always hit this home button and it'll bring me back to my original view. I can zoom in with these buttons on the side, as well as if I'm using a mouse with the scroll wheel, I can scroll in and out. It's defaulted to millimeters. If I'd like to change that to inches, as I think most of us are more comfortable with inches, when I click on Edit Grid, it says under Units, I can change that to inches and then update the grid. Now it's going to measure in inches. So I think it would be a great idea to make my keychain a circle with something on it. So once I've added it into my workplace space, if I click on one of these corners, it's going to show me the measurements. It is currently 1 inch by 1 inch. I'm going to change that by clicking the box. You might also notice though that it's quite thick. So I'm also going to look for this center and change how deep it is. I'm going to change this to 1/8 of an inch because I want to put something else on top of it. And I want it to end up being 1/4 of an inch at the end. So 1/8 is the decimal 0.125. Now you can see it's a much thinner shape. Now that I have my shape, I want to add something to the top. So I may want to add text. I may want to add a heart or a star. So I'm clicking it, dragging it over, and it's going to be much larger than I want, perhaps. So I'm going to make it smaller. And again, I want it to be a little thinner. When I bring in the text, you'll notice over here I've got some options. I can change this to say whatever I'd like. So I'd like to say bobcats. I'm going to do that first before I resize it so that it says what I want it to say. So it is too long. I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to probably make this thinner again. So you can see I've got a heart and I've got bobcats. But if I'm going to make this a keychain, I'm also going to want a hole in this. So I'm going to go back up. I have a few options. I could use this cylinder that is already a hole. Or if I wanted to make my hole in a different shape, like say this heart right here. Do you notice up here, solid, and it tells me it's a solid and it's saying it's a specific color right now, which I can change, but I could also change it to a hole. Now, on first glance, it doesn't look all that different, but if I were to select all of this, so either drag your mouse over everything or do Control A and then group them, It melds them all together and it pops out that hole.